Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. I hope you are enjoying your Easter weekend. The Bitcoin price still at around 85,000 American dollars. The structure has been holding very nicely on this monthly chart. This is a very, very classic resistance becomes support type of pattern. Many people are still hoping and coping out there in many altcoins because we have gone through a very long time of the business ISM cycle, literally cucking us into oblivion. This has been some sort of apocalyptic, I don't even want to say shakeout. It's been like a literal wipeout. I know everyone sold the bottoms. I know everyone's gone. I know they're waiting though. They're waiting to see if everything's going to reverse when it feels better. This is the weekly chart that we see for Bitcoin right now. Also, it also held some structure. These people drew this down. That's why some people say maybe it's going to go down to 60K and then they go up. But that would flip the weekly super trend red. And this ain't early Bitcoin days anymore. It doesn't do, its volatility has actually been, it has been trending down. The volatility is still big per se, but it has been trending down over time. It's actually not that big compared to the altcoins, as we all know. With Ethereum's 5 red monthly candles, friends, we literally can't do anything whatsoever. If we check out the weekly, like, oh, wow, it kind of like stabilizes, kind of like how we feel. But the monthly chart, all that matters, right? And yes, it's still April. So the month of April doesn't have any friendship. Yeah, maybe we get some sort of slight recovery, but the recovery is, oh, they have stopped selling type of recovery, not new demand has pretty much come in and entered. Bitcoin dominance has blown the roof off. So there's nothing else really we can do. It's quite interesting what's actually happened, how Bitcoin dominance has gone up. It could mean that the silver lining is we're going to have a big alt season later on and Bitcoin has to be pretty much pumped up hard. So when it comes and rotates in and all the money throws itself around, it'll be great. Don't forget, friends, I watch a lot of podcasts as much as I can. Crypto macro. I mean, I've never seen this level of mid-curve coping in my life. Literally, the amount of excuses I've heard as to why altcoins are shit and Ethereum's crap and will keep going down is insane. Literally insane. I just wish I had access to like a $10 or $100 million pool, just so I can literally swing it all in without even thinking right now. I know these guys are mid-curvers. 1, they can't grow a beard. 2, they got hunchbacks. And 3, their slippers are definitely not fluffy. So I'll take the other side of these people every single time. And one of the funny things that they say, they basically said Ethereum's bad and altcoins are shit for the rest of this cycle for good. And the answer is because they're only good for gambling for whales. And they said now the gambling whales, they can now gamble on MicroStrategy, which is, Michael Saylor's Bitcoin. And then you can also get options now. So you can go gamble and get your fix there. I'm like, dude, that's literally like saying, hey, no one's ever going to go to church ever again. Casinos are open, right? What, like if you want to go and spend time in any congregation, just go to the casino, right? I don't think that's going to hold up, man. It's pretty much, I think you're just looking at the casino popularity on a Friday night at 11 at night. And then you're looking at church like, oh, no one's in the church. You're like, no one's ever going to walk in here. That's pretty much, that's your conclusion. I think the cycle will continue and then people will pretty much, they'll flip around. But it's going to take a lot to flip them around. That's the big swing we're looking for. Others BTC, friends, still garbage, but it's all Ethereum, man. It's literally all Ethereum. So this is just a function of ETH. ETH has done a very floppy willy auction down 5 red months in a row, man. We really thought we were getting 5 green, just like everything else. Every other cycle got 5 green, 5 green, 5 green, right? We got 5 red. Man, it wasn't even like it's like we literally just had our bear market to start. So that's why I would not be surprised if Donald Trump tries to fire Jay Powell. He either gets it or he doesn't. If he doesn't get it, maybe he does a rollover of 6 months. And then the interest rates are down within the next 6 months. The keeps cutting. And then he rolls over the debt for 4 years at the end. They do a big money printing bonanza, and which means we run through the next year. I won't be surprised if that happens. But yeah, there is going to be a biblical shakeout. I want to show you a chart before I get to it as well, friends, when we go through. That's on the topic of Bitcoin. Crypto Crew University, Blockchain Backer, Ivan, Crypto Banner, everyone has this chart. Everyone. I mean, even Camel Finance, all of them have the same expectation. And all of them, it's funny, they all think they're different. It's funny. They go, I'm different. I'm reading the market. I'm reading the crowd. And they're all smart people. Uncle Bobby as well, by the way. Literally everyone can go on and on and on. I just know, I'll go, wow, you guys know you all have the same expectation, right? Their expectation is that we're running up into this 150K mark, right? Blow off, and it's literally all over for good. It's full over. Everything's over. That's their expectation out here, okay? And they're running towards up there, and it's all over, right? I'm going to quickly peek at one of my charts just to show you. You know, just like minutes ago, friends, minutes. We're talking about minutes ago. Literally 20 minutes ago. Crypto Crew University Steve posted this. Is a Bitcoin bearish harmonic pattern forming? And let me show you the zoom up of it as well. This is it, the zoom up of it. So look, isn't it funny? Look at him, friends. It's literally, I'm not even making this up, man. Look, he just posted this minutes ago. Look, it goes up right up to 140K, and then it's literally all over. Bear market starts. So how does this resolve? Look, we are battling uncertainty, okay? And we're going to crank it a bit. We'll crank it. Now, with every single person wanting a 140 to 150K Bitcoin so they can literally jeet and get, I mean, every single KOL friends, they're all saying it. I wonder if it stops short, right? If we do a fib here, yeah, I wonder if they're all looking for like this 150, right? And like, hey, they can distribute out and go out. I wonder if it goes up and it just pokes this 130 for like an hour of a day, and it comes back to like 125, and that's the end of alt season wave 1. I wonder. And it makes them get out. It makes them get out. And it makes them get out where they say, oh, by the way, friends, just on top of this, if you do all the mirror fractals, the cycle's meant to peak in October. All right, but I don't think it is. Yeah, because they haven't done the global debt. So then now it depends, right? How much do you really know your crypto? That's what it comes down to. Do you believe in a 4-year halvening cycle, or do you believe the truth of the data, which is we are an extension of the stock market? We are NASDAQ, a unique form of commodity equity version of NASDAQ. We're tech. Do you believe that? Because if you believe that, that means you're waiting for the money printer, which means you just believe that. By the way, doesn't mean you're like a degen. Crypto was invented for that. That's the whole point of crypto, is for the money printer, because they keep printing money. That's why we made a whole nother financial system. Yes. If crypto didn't need the money printer, then it would just attach itself to the US banking market, and they'd try to make some Web 2 stuff hooked up with banks. That's never going to happen. The tech's too slow. They'd never allow it anyway. You see, but they print so much money in currency units, we're able to make our own form of money, Bitcoin, our own base money, because they just printed so much. And so this thing has value. Now this thing has value, and they rely on the money printer, which is a fiat system. Now you can build stuff around it. That's why we have Web 3 stuff. That's why you have Ethereum and DeFi and Solana and all these other chains and everything out here. You see? So how it resolves itself will be interesting, right? Where they don't get their number. And then I think they're all going to be selling, friends. By the way, they're not going to all, when it gets, see, they don't know it's stopping at 130. Okay, your friends, they have no idea. It's going to look like this. Okay, see how it goes like, whoa, uptrend, 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 right? They're not going to know that's the end. They're going to think, oh, it's just going to keep going uptrend so I can get out and get out. But yeah, if it stops here and plunks down, yeah, man, they're going to be really, really, really scared. They're going to be selling. They have to be selling. I mean, like you think it's over, this thing comes back down. Friends, the amount of fear that's in their hearts, they don't actually believe in the lengthening of cycle. They'll probably get it. I won't be surprised. Right, it goes up to like 130, and then they're actually selling at like 110 and 105, and maybe even dunks down at like 96 just to scare him out or something, like below 100, which is a critical round number for everyone. That's just something that I've noticed. Like every single person, and it's funny, friends, how they get to their conclusion, very, very different. Uncle Bob is using these cycles, 60-day cycle analysis. BCB is using Elliott waves coupled with the stock market, coupled with rotation theory of the S&P 500, coupled with rotation theory of the Russell 2000. You have Crypto Crew University Steve using his own 2-week and 4-week stochastic stuff out here. You have Ivan as well, just probably uses a combination of stuff. Friends, it's insane. Every single person. Camel Finance, you're also using a modified version pretty much of similar to Uncle Bobby with his own theory about how the S&P 500 is like at a blow off top. Like it's wild, bro. Every single person has a like unique path, same conclusion. All of them unique path, same conclusion. So I don't think it's going to be over there, but I don't know anything. I don't actually know anything. But here's the thing, okay? There is a chance that if you look at the business ISM, right? Look at the business ISM. What it can do in the past, it can do junk like this. So it goes above 52, right? Makes you think it's okay, and then it has another scare. Okay, it can fake out again when it hits above 52, but before the actual real stuff happens. Okay, that was January 2004. So it can, yeah, so something like that as well. It can like shoot up 52, make you think it's good, but it's actually you're bleeding out here. It can do this. Okay, see what I mean? Oh, here's another example here. But why? Look, even though I don't know anything, but why I feel right, in a very family-friendly way type of feeling, why I feel like we're not going to get this scam jip down is because the length of time we've been down here is insane. 29 months. By the way, next month's going to be month 30, and then maybe 31, 32. Maybe we'll be like 52 in 2 months or 3 months. But still, that's literally it's near the record. Near the worst in the past 50 years. It literally is near the worst. The worst time was actually 39 months, I think, when you go through that. But their 39 months, when they went down, this was in 1980, when it went down, see how our alt season stopped here? It's like our alt season went on, it's like Ethereum went to like 6,500, 7,000, right? And then it faked you out again, but it didn't. Ethereum only went to 4,000. So if we got an Ethereum 6,000, 7,000, that would have been like, yes, that would have been similar to what happened in 1980. Actually, go back, I'll show it to you right now, that business cycle right here. This is it. You see, this comes back down. It's all over. There's a fake out, 56, 52, volatile, and then comes back down. It's pretty much all over again. So this is why, if you just look at this, how long before you're able to go up? That's why this thing is like, 39, 40 months. But there was this big reversal part up here. We never actually got that. We just went down and literally just stayed down. This is nothing. All right. So on a reminder as well, when business ISM is 52 plus, 52 is the minimum. When it's 52, that's our alt seasons have pinged. They've actually pinged. Look at this. DeFi 2020 appeared. Look, as soon as it procced 52, here's June. Isn't that wild, fans? June, July, and August. DeFi. See this? It's above the green line. It's wild here. See, look at this. October 2016, business ISM was 52, and everything started cranking. Look at that by February, fans. Isn't that wild, man? February, when on business ISM in 2017, it was 57 here. What happened in January, February, March, fans? Ethereum started literally shooting up 100x, started its journey. XRP blew the roof off. I just want to show you this, what happened, right? These are all the moves you remember in actual crypto. This is pretty much it. If you check it out, look at it happen, friends. Look at this. Look at this. See? January, February, here comes March. Snap up. This is the huge XRP snap up. Look at that. It goes up 10x. And then another wild, huge move up here. You can even look at Ethereum, what it did back then. Be very interesting. You just go back or use it on the weekly for some friendship and kindness here once again. Yeah, man, look at this. Look at this. Started cranking up. Here it is. This move started literally shooting up. Here's January, February. Bang, bang, bang. You see that? Business confidence. What was that? It's 57 ISM. Yeah, that's big. Right now, friends, we're literally all the way down. Now, remember, ISM is it's just an indicator to reflect what's going on now. That's all it is. Just showing you, like, why I like looking at it is it matches crypto and it's endogenous to crypto. Using that word again, right? Just like pDAI and make it out. Endogenous, which means it's outside of the crypto system. I'm using the indicator of that ISM just to show me a reflection because, like, it's a bit tough. You got to look at different RSIs. Is the RSI high or low? Are there how many monthly candles do we have? Is 3 a lot? Because 3 is amazing for now, but historically 5 isn't. 5 is the number you got to go for, right? 5 green monthly candles in a row, for example. But that's why I like I keep these. I'm like, hey, this is actually really useful for the future for us to see. Here is Ethereum's floppy willy. It will have some sort of snap up. I just don't know when. I mean, like, dude, you've gone so far vertical down. Oh, man, how much can you even, like, really do something, you know? Do you go back and do that? By the way, just to show you, okay, this is a monthly chart, friends. So can this thing within the next year, like, can it go up? Here, this is the Ethereum spot ETF. Oh, no, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Look how bad this is. This was the Ethereum spot ETF. Oh, my Lord. You are cucked. Wow. Look how far away Ethereum spot ETF was. Whoa. You got the straw. We got destroyed, man. That's wild, man. How can we get back up here? We can't. It's now 2026 unless we really are going for extended cycle. Unless we really are going for next year. Yeah, it depends on that global 4-year debt. Yeah, it's because now, actually, friends, it'd be funny, right? Just to tell you something, yeah. If Donald Trump, friends, if we roll over the debt and there's some sort of extension or weird thing and he does it like in December, then it's a 5-year cycle now. Yeah, but it depends how much he rolls it over. Now it does. So we've gone through a 5-year cycle. You didn't know it was going to be 5 years. Yeah, so that will be interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know, friends. We might get like it might actually just get the scenario where he fires Jay Powell, he puts a new dude, and the dude just cuts rates to 2% overnight, and it just starts booming stuff. Like I know it just sounds wild and unexpected, but yeah, that's possible. Also interesting, right? I've got the bond move volatility index. It went down here to 114. So the market has pretty much calmed itself down. I wonder though if there's going to be another scare later on actually get them to print money, because that's the bond move volatility. So when that goes high, it means it's bad. It means the volatility of the bonds is getting way too nasty, and the US Fed has to come in and they have to do some sort of money printing thing just to stop it, because people are dumping. Bitcoin has received the $85,000 mark here with a green emoji. Tulips for Ethereum. It's the Easter weekend, the resurrection prophecy. I've got plenty more updates to go here with you. If I just show you PulseChain core coins as well, they're up 17 to 20%. And yeah, pretty much pDAI had a big capitulation of just big dumping yesterday. It was very suspicious dumping. So someone just woke up, I think got like 4 accounts, 100 million pDAI each, and just goes bang, 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 bang. Just sold it all and didn't even think about it. I think it was interesting. I think one of them rotated into XUSD, which is the other Algo stablecoin made by Cattie, okay, one of the main characters. But friends, just look, I'm just going to be flat out. There is no Algo stablecoin that has worked. None of them, they're all dog shit. And all of them that float, especially the ones that are not at $1, the ones that aren't pegged, yeah, they all have failed. So like, I honestly, I hope it works out. I'm just telling you now, there's literally, is there any evidence of any of them working? They literally always find the way to get screwed somewhere. Some of the game theory, like, and by the way, when you think of a stable coin, you want it to be one number because it's stable. It's always going to be there. Like for it to float, now it's 40 cents. No, it can go up to $2.80. Then it can come back to 80 cents and do this stuff out here. It makes you think about adoption and stuff for it. But yeah, I don't know how they work. They have these different mechanisms, and we tried a lot of this stuff. This was DeFi season 2020 stuff. These Algo stablecoins, all of them depegged. All of them, they all literally got crushed to hell. They depegged. It's scary as hell. And you got to think about it. You're storing, it's not for your risk, man. You're meant to be storing savings in them. So yeah, man, think about what's your upside on savings? Some yield. Okay, what's your yield going to be? 5% if you're lucky. Okay, so your upside is 5%. What's your downside? The thing depegs. Okay, you lose 100%. That is, friends, you keep taking stuff like that, you're literally going to go broke, right? You're risking 20 to make 1. You're literally risking 20 units, you're only going to make 1. That's why these things, you have to really be careful with. I don't know, maybe send me stuff, ones that are working. Are there ones working? Just to let you know, friends, pretty much the whole crypto industry together made all these articles, and they made all these like articles and write-ups and essays. They go, okay, guys, let's literally never do this Algo stablecoin bullshit ever again, because Luna depegged, people lost so much money. Vitalik said they don't work in some way. A lot of them just literally don't work. You're going to keep inviting pretty much government people to come in and ban the crap out of us because it makes it look so bad. Stop trying to do this Algo stablecoin stuff. And yeah, so pretty much that's the conclusion from. So it's really tough. It's really tough. Now, here's the thing. You go, hey, what, but isn't MakerDAO's an algorithm? Yeah. It's an algorithm. It has its own way. It's its own algorithm to do it. Yeah, but these ones, I don't think they're not fully backed with how they work. I don't know. It's tough. And it's like no one's ever done that because what's the upside? You need to attract capital in there, you know? That's why most people, what they do is they just try and make a coin to make a trade at multiples of the bid. That's what they try to do. But also, funny enough, we have Algo, we have a stablecoin super cycle going on right now. Yeah, because people supply you with the stablecoin. And they take your bonds and take your money, right? And then they get the yield and just keep it for themselves. Now, checking out PulseChain core coin prices. This is the weekly chart. I have it here. It's done this huge reversal up. I don't think it's... Look, man, I don't care who you are, dude. If you can't figure this out, Just honestly, you don't even deserve to hear my content. Remove me from your content. Go watch someone else. Okay, if you can't figure this out. Do you honestly think it's a coincidence? Richard gets everybody to pull their liquidity. A random Vietnamese kid appears with his big fat dong. And then we get dumped down here. He posts about the Solana resurrection prophecy, how they were dead, people bought it, and now it's like a big thing. And he tells you about the Solana Playbook on the way down when we're dying. And then I make videos going, hey guys, it's very clear. He's told you we're running the Solana Playbook. What is we are running the Solana Playbook mean? Does it mean we let someone else come inside our home, shit in our fridge, and basically start destroying stuff? No, it means we shit in our own fridge and start destroying stuff. Okay, so then when we start rebuilding, we advertise to the whole world, or market to the whole world that everything's going great and the Phoenix resurrection is here. That's what we are running the Solana Playbook means. Okay, otherwise, like, how could you tell what that other criminal and thief's gonna do anyway? They could take you for everything you run dry. So obviously you're in control. Some people can figure it out, friends. Most people can't. Okay, they need a higher price. That's it. They literally just need to see higher prices before they can figure anything out. Now, Solana Playbook takes us all the way down here. What happens here? We get some jeets rinsed out. Friends, if you notice, I had a completely zen approach. Some people, literally, a lot of people losing their minds. Man, did I panic down here at all? No. I was saying, it's part of the Solana Playbook. I was literally going around. It's kind of funny. A lot of these people who say very, very nasty things about me, very nasty scum stuff. I've had to mute them because I don't associate with losers. I don't talk back to losers as well. These people were crying and you're doing nasty jabs at Richard Hart down here. Now, the coins have come back up, bro. It's the same dude. How are you that retarded? Are you literally that stupid? You can't tell it's the same dude? By the way, literally, friends, money mysteriously appears from Railgun, a privacy thing, bridges in, and it's like ready to come and deploy. Like these people come. Oh man, it's kind of funny. You really do need everything to be spelled out. But I guess it is what it is, right? Different people, different times. It is what it is, okay? So when I imagine you're the type, when you can't figure this out, even though I've like spelled it out for you 40,000 times, okay? I imagine you're the dude, you go to a public urinal and you're hanging a wee-wee and you ask the guy next to you to hold your willy for you while you wee. That's the type of person you are. We are running back the wank off pattern out here, coming back here. Remember, friends, the liquidity is super, 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 super thin. All the crypto tokens of PulseChain, they're only resting on a couple of $1 million on the bid and offer. There's literally nothing. It's thin. All the liquidity that people say this is the funniest thing of all is hexagons. Okay, I'm a hexagon, but there are hexagons talking about pDAI's liquidity and saying, oh, you all can't cash out. Let me show you, friends. Do you know what Hex's market cap is? Do you know what Hex's market cap is? It's 700 million. Do you want to know how much can people cash out from that? There's only enough for 2 million on the bid. Yeah, it's actually like 1.8. It's less than 2 million on the bid. Yes. So literally you're in a coin where there's 400 people in a room, only one person can cash out. That's how thin the liquidity is. It sends everything down. So there's literally, you can't all cash out in anything. In Bitcoin, in Ethereum, especially in this, you literally can't cash out. A few people can just cap it. And why can't you see that? I know why. Because there's this fan fiction that everyone has of Richard coming and buying everything up for them. But what's the most disgraceful from these people as well is, if you listen to their words carefully, which I do, all right, I do listen to their words carefully, all of them, they're preaching about PHEX to $1. They're all getting out here. Okay? They're all getting out there. They're taking out at 10 cents, friends. They're all getting out here. All right? They will be getting out here. Many, many, many people are getting out. Everyone knows around that HEX 10 cent zone. That's a level from the testnet version 3 in April 2023. By the way, Richard knows that too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go there and we smack deck down. And it'd be funny if we kind of does some FUD to FUD them out. That'd be funny. I mean, it would be hilarious if, like, to get the weak hands out of PHEX out, he does like a pro pDAI thing. That'll be funny. That'll be funny. That'd be actually very funny. And as well, if you think that is outside the realm of possibilities, have you heard of Hex from Ethereum? What do you think he did to get this down? He literally sent this down 86%. He sent it down 86%. But if you check the pulse ratio, check it out. Did a nice reversal up. So putting it all together, you still got to keep your eyes on the price at all times. But yeah, I know all those people, they are getting out at 10 cents, friends. I know you're all. I know. That's why I've said enough. You're all. I know you all have that 10 cent zone mark. Every single one is. It's kind of funny as well. People talking negative things about me. Literally, bro, do you guys listen to yourself? Do you know what you were saying literally 7 days ago? That you just want to sell and leave? Do you know that? You just want to take profit and leave. What does that mean? You want Richard to buy your bags so you can sell and you can leave. And then you're coming here and talking about people who are still within the ecosystem who don't have such epically low price targets like you. But I know because they don't believe, friends, because that actually, I think they've just wallowed in their own pain for so long. They're just literally in this cope mode now. This is PulseX. PulseX is doing a very nice U-turn on the way up. And remember, PulseX has a lot of strength out here. This is funny to me. People still think this is a natural move. People still think this, even though you didn't see a single new person join PulseX whatsoever. So it's awesome that these ratios did get toggled in the background. It might have been a nice Tesla to show you that more cool things can happen. So the PulseX buy and burn, friends, literally it's almost 7. Oh, just hit 7% live. Check that out. Wow. So I've just done the post here just quickly as well. There we go. 7% buy and burn. That is wonderful. Now remember, the buy and burn, friends, has been accelerated because PulseX's price has been very, very, very low. That's why. But also the volume has been low. So it hasn't been like too accelerated. By the way, I just clicked refresh again and then Go Pulse as well went back down to 6.99%. I don't know what Go Pulse is smoking. I would like some though. So this buy and burn, right? If you're looking at it, see this dollar burned. I think it's worth how much it's worth today. I think, or maybe it does the buy and burn based off how much it's done at the time. But I think it's basically how much the tokens are all worth today because it does fluctuate down. So if PulseX does a 4x from here, this would say like $130 million basically burnt. And remember, it's a buy and burn, which is awesome. And that is expected to accelerate in the future. Remember, that's why it would be very nice if we had Kraken, Coinbase, Binance listings for PulseChain, because all the traders and the bots and there's all these people swapping and stuffing on, all these degens, yeah, they're all like linking with Ethereum, they're trading correlations, they're doing all that. They're basically just losing money, but their money basically comes into taxing themselves because the bots that are market making, they have to go source the Pulse and PulseX from PulseChain. So when the price deviates, so they have to go do the volume on the Pulse, they have to arbitrage it, and then that helps with the volume up and down, and that does more buy and burn and stuff overall. And yeah, so PulseX as well, friends, something special about it, it's real DeFi. It is pure utility. Like you own the casino. The token's deflationary, and literally every time people trade back and forth and there's volume, a buy and burn goes. It's like owning an index of almost the PulseChain activity. Okay, actually, Pulse would be owning the index of it. This is owning the an index of the activity, yeah, of a casino, which is just people swapping around and doing everything. So that would that's the one big advantage of it. Now, you probably like obviously when you see a lot of people always ask me, Somi, if the buy and burn so much, man, if it's bought and burned 37 million, how the hell are we still down? Well, friends, liquidity's thin, but also we paid such an enormous freaking price to get into PulseChain 4 years ago. That yeah, no amount of buy and burn can save you. That's why when you pay a higher price, friends, it's literally game over. It's literally game over. And then if you're saying, oh, but I want to go hunt cheap prices, yeah, maybe there are coins out there right now that are cheap that everybody is coping about and they're bragging about selling instead of buying. I mean, I can't think about what they're talking about, but yeah, there are a lot of people out here like. And it is funny, some things that are like extraordinarily super cheap, people just don't want to hear about them because I know because they're soy boy copers, fans. They're literally soy boy copers. Yeah, they're literally losers. Okay, they're sitting in the hotel cockchair. No, I will not stop content for you because you're a little bitch and you don't know how to look at a red candle and buy the dip like me. Okay, no, I will not stop that. Okay, no, I will not stop just because you can't read between the lines. And no, I'm not going to tell you everything that I may or may not know because I don't want you to get long because you're a filthy little jeet anyway. Okay, so put all of that together. Some people don't get it, friends. They'll literally never get it. I know this. They literally will never get stuff out here. They will only get it at higher prices. That's it. I've seen it. It's esoteric knowledge, friends. I'm here 18 hours literally a day, okay? I literally made videos on my YouTube channel, almost 5,000 videos, by the way. Almost 5,000 videos. We're going to crank it. 4,900 videos. I literally have, friends, you type in, I'll never get this video. Green candles make you smarter. Let's type it in. There you go. My gosh, this is OG. The OG of OG, okay? Phantom chain, dire situation. I remember this when they're freaking, oh man, that's just these bad, friends, these bad bear market stuff out here. Look at this. So, crypto green candles make you smart. They literally, I watched it in real time, okay? I watched red candle, you're a scammer. Green candle, oh, now I get it. I watched it and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I go, what changed? What changed? What changed? I went and I looked, what changed? Was it information? Was it the moon? Was it the weather? What is it? What is it? I'm like, oh my gosh, it was literally just the price. It was literally just the price, okay? If the weekly, mostly the monthly candle was green, they're sucking me off. I was in a Discord. They're sucking me off in the Discord, okay? If the monthly candle was red, you're a scammer, not going to work. Every single time. I'm like, when there was a one red monthly candle or two or three, now you're like, oh, just throw everything out for the thesis. What? Weren't you learning? No, they're not learning. Okay, most people aren't learning, friends. That's why it is a cycle. Not everyone is out cut here to make it. Also, friends, Cattie, PulseChain new character, posts a resurrection prophecy about MakerDAO after its 3-day resurrection cooldown expires. So this was the video I made. I had to make an emergency video. So why is this important? Okay, she posts this. Why is it important? Because, friends, it's obvious she's working somewhere in a web for James, Maria, the Atropa Dev, and there's some sort of Richard Hart connection somewhere down the line, unprovable, yada, yada, whatever. Okay? She has said stuff where she says, like, here's the thing. I think you got to go easy on her, friends. I've heard, like, I think she said she's on the spectrum. Okay, not as in a joke. Like, I really think, like, you might have something on the spectrum. You know, so the social skills aren't as like smooth, if you know what I mean. Because you know they're very, very logical. It makes sense though. You're a dev and you know how to do this coding stuff. Okay, but thing is, like, so we'd find out one day. She says this thing can't happen. She says the joy can't go to the joy is not going to zero in less than 2 years. She went, I think, told, like, you know, Stevie that, and everything else. Everyone was like, whoa, no, that's bad, that's bad. The joy went to zero to start the auctions literally 48 hours later. So after hearing it can never happen, never going to happen, 48 hours later happens, okay? Then 12 hours before the cooldown, this is just yesterday, I didn't make a statement. I asked a question, okay? I asked a question, when this cooldown thing stops, is it possible of a new MakerDAO upgrade? Can something else migrate? Will something else migrate? Can anything happen at all? Can just something progress somewhere? I just said it in that journal. I asked it. I asked that question. Can it happen? And then I'm attacked for it. I'm attacked for asking a question. She called, basically said, you're all dietards. You're stupid. What a stupid theory. You're all dumb. How could you even think of something like that? We were the ones who did the spell, the coding stuff. What a stupid thing. You shouldn't even entertain that thought. People are all stupid, blah, blah, blah. Stupid. Says all this. And I'm like, well, I was asking a question, man. Anyway, I just went on with my life. Making content for you, by the way. 12 hours later from me casting that question, she posts, oh, it can be resurrected. Something can happen. See, friends, I'm going to make another coverage of this. Look what she says. Okay. Maker's dead. pDAI is not dead. It can't be killed. It will never die. You may think pDAI died with Maker dying, but it can't be killed. Truth. Atropa is made so it can withstand SEC accusations. P stables are liquidity bonded and pulled with it by multiple community members, ensuring James and Richard not considered at owning P stables. You should all be kind to Maria. He has been making moves to create liquidity web correct ratios according to what needs to be done to handle the fractional parity. Your losses are impermanent unless you sell, and selling is your responsibility. So this is very, very different language to, oh, you're all stupid for even thinking something can come out of this. They're literally saying, oh, it's a meme, it's dead, it's all stupid. Now, ho, something can happen. So that's what I'm just showing you, friends. All I've noticed is, you know, there's no guarantees in life. Yeah, but in this story, there is a guarantee that it keeps changing. The story keeps evolving and changing. Remember I said, like, man, we're bored. The characters look pretty crap now because, oh, we've got to go back to the glitter pants. What's happening? The ratios are all bonked. But, oh, there's a greater plan, okay? So, right, you can interpret that from however you want. Oh, just to remind you, a lot of people keep forgetting. Dude, do you know they literally got paid for this? Yes. Do you know that? You know, someone literally paid them like $500,000 to, now I don't know the real number, okay, but it's minimum 500K. 500K is the public one. They literally, think about this, they got paid to take over a MakerDAO protocol on PulseChain. Yeah. They got paid by someone to stop the Vietnamese Dong Kid exploiter who let her win the auctions. Just think about that, how suspicious that looks. How orchestrated that looks. So someone out here was allegedly thieving from the chain, and then she comes in and the guy's like, hey, you are here to rescue the chain. I will now just take 3 steps back and let you do so and do nothing. I'm not going to try to steal the money faster. I'm just going to sit back. She takes over the protocol, stops the minting emergency shutdown, and she dumps the shit out of pDAI, right? She does it and then moves the Atropa ratios, which so happen to match exactly with Maria's expectations from years ago, which I'll show you now. From this video, friends, look.
I don't think anybody's able to do that math yet.
All right.
I can see it turning out weird.
By the way, this video is from 2023. Okay, so it's literally 2 years ago. Okay, 1.5, 2 years ago.
So because there's so much of that pDAI burn, by the time it gets to $1, we could have 5-6 billion pDAI on Atropa.
Yes.
If that's the case, the numbers are just different than they would be otherwise.
Now, I want to pause this here. He said we can have 5 to 6 billion pDAI in Atropa. Okay. Back then, it was only 3. When he bought it and he attached it. He bought the pDAI, he attached it, he minted Atropa, he bonded it. Because now you can do fractional reserve on the stuff, which actually makes me think that's probably why he did all of that. Because now you can do fractional reserve lending because you have other tokens that are derivatives of it. That's the whole point of the Atropa ecosystem. You're doing the fractional reserve things out here. But he said you could have, he said like up to 6 billion pDAI. Right now there's 7. There used to be 3. So he literally, whatever he said is that happened, it happened. We just didn't know it was going to happen like this, right? So actually, I'll show that to you right now so people so you know what I'm talking about. If you go to Dex Screener, type in Atropa /DAI, and you go here. Sorry, go to go up here and press this DAI ratio. So you can see there, this is ratio. But if you scroll down, okay, if you scroll down, look what it tells you. Pooled pDAI 7.6 billion. Maybe it means actually a bit expensive. Maybe it means the thing's going to come back down right here. Maybe that's too much. Actually, he said it's going to be, this is 1.5 years, 2 years ago, right? You obviously, they have some sort of plan. He's like, oh yeah, by the time it goes there, we're going to have like 6 billion pDAI. Yeah, but who's putting it in there? There you go.
I think it works out for the better for everybody that gets involved along the way. But the concept of keeping that asset stable on PulseChain becomes completely different than it is on any other chain.
So he was saying that the concept of how this thing would peg, it's like doesn't exist on any other chain at all. It's not your traditional system, right? Now here's the thing: whether it works or not, we don't know. All I know is, hey, first cycle unicorn. Once again, pDAI's first cycle unicorn. Stuff I haven't seen before. Okay, I bet on stuff like I want to bet like stuff on that in a bull market. I want to bet on stuff. That's how I look at it. Okay, other people, they feel, I don't know, they're too uncertain, never seen something like that. Okay, you get less returns because you're getting with more certainty. Okay, so you're gonna see this game play out now. But ultimately, not much we can do, right? until the month of May starts to pump us through. I'm going to quickly show you the global liquidity cycle stuff here. This is the fractal, the global liquidity, right, going up. It is continued to crank, which is awesome, right? So we have May, June, July, and this is like the beginning of August, sitting at its highs. We'll say it kind of tells you if this follows, we have 3 green months. Yeah, we have 3 green months in a row. But what happens after that, we'll see. Can be very interesting, right? Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Have a great Easter weekend, friends. Catch you soon.